All right, here's a quick video that you see people supporting their engines on the third generation Acura TLs. So like 2004 to 2008. This is a 2008 model TL Type S. Obviously the engine, the covers are removed. Like, see the laser. So there's usually a cover right here. There's one over the head right here, and that's it. I mean, there's one part there, and there's another part there, and then there's the battery covers right here. But the question that I've always had was, how do I support the engine from up top with a one of those engine support bars that you can get, you know, at Harbor Freight, or, you know, buy it online or somewhere. So where do I support an engine? I've seen people put it around this unit right here, the throttle body, and I don't know if I would put the weight of the engine to support there. But so what I've found is, if you remove the upper covers right here, if you look right behind this is on the passenger side of the engine. If you look behind the belt right here, this is your power steering unit. If you look right behind the power steering unit, you got this little eyelet right here. So you get this little eyelet right here. You see my fingers going through it. Yep, that's one place to support it on the passenger side. I did not specifically find a part or an eyelet on the front of the engine, but what I would do, this is the front engine mount right here, but the bracket, let's see if I can get the laser to point at it. The bracket is right there's a little opening right there, a little bit of wiggle room that you could work with to get, and this is just if you look in the center, so down the overflow reservoir here, and down the center to the front engine bracket here, or mount, sorry, you got this bracket that you could use to support the front of the engine. On the driver's side, if you look behind the battery, so the battery's under this cover right here, you can see the negative terminal right there. So if you look right behind this little latch-in mechanism for the battery, and down just off to the side of the intake here, you see this little opening. Trying to get it to show. It's like, let me get some light on it. You see it? You see that? Oops, there we go. You see the opening? Try to see if I can put the light right there. Come on, buddy. The light is not really cooperating with me. All right, that should work. But I'm gonna shine the laser. There we go. This hole right here, just like after the battery and down. There it is. That's one place that has an eyelet that you can use, and that's right on top of the transmission. Right? And then the one that's aft that I can see on the driver's side, this one is a little bit more difficult to view. Let me see. This one is a little bit more challenging to see, but if you look right, so that's the transmission right there. That's the transmission fill plug. If you look directly behind it and slightly to the left, you'll see this. Try to get a laser on it right there, maybe. Not sure if you can see the laser. the laser is pointing down there. But if you look, take a second to look directly after the transmission. So the transmission fill plug, if you look just between the fuse box and the air intake right here, if you look directly down, it's that bolt right there. So there's two bolts. There's a mount right here, slightly to the right, that the laser is on, but the fill plug is right there. Yours might have a labeling. Mine has a labeling behind there, but it doesn't say transmission fill. But it's directly below this portion of the fuse box under the hood. But the engine mount that it's an eyelet. It looks very much like this one. So when you're looking for it, it looks very much like this one, but instead of facing like side to side like this, it's facing forward and aft. Let's see if I can find it from right here. Yeah, unable. But if you've never looked for this thing before, and the first time you're trying to look for it is when you're trying to use it, you're probably gonna have a hard time finding it, just because it's not that's the word I'm looking for. Let me see, is it in view? I'm trying to see. I'm trying to get it. It's actually, so it's literally right behind. There we go. There it is. Right. The laser is like bouncing back and forth between it. So I'm getting the camera to focus right there. You can see the eyelet down there. Right there. It doesn't really have anything to bounce off. I'm trying to keep this camera steady. All right, there it is. Mommy. There, right there. See, right there. So you see, I'm looking right behind the air intake, and you can see the little eyelet down there. There we go. I'm trying to do my best to get this thing enough focus, but it's very somewhat challenging. But nonetheless, you can see it down there. You got this little wire loom right here, and then just slightly to the right of it is where it's at. You can actually see it. It's kind of blurry, but it's like a little eyelet. Let me see. I'm gonna get a hook tool, like if you lose a bolt or something, a little pickup tool, and I'm gonna get and like hook it onto it, just so you can see it. Let me just position this camera real quick so I can go grab it. All right, so we're gonna try this. So this is the end of the hook tool, and I'm just gonna push it all the way down there and grab it onto it. So, oh God, this probably doesn't help quite a lot, but I'm literally hooked onto the end edge of this hoist lifting point. See, oops, hook, let's see, I can grab it again. I'm hooked briefly on it, and I can just tug on it briefly, and it's not coming apart. Obviously, it doesn't clip that well, but you get the point. I think I've exhausted my efforts to show you. You might be able to see it from the wheel well also. But there it is. There it is. There it is. Yeah. You can actually see the hook. There you go. See right. Let's see. Right there. That's the aft engine hook, and that's on the driver's side. As far as the passenger side aft, I would have to take a closer look right now. I probably should have done that earlier. Let's see if I can remove a panel and take a quick peek and see what if I can see anything. But those are four actually. So you got the aft one right here, you got the one down here, you got the forward engine mount, and then you got the one on the passenger side. Those are all valid mounting points if you wanted to like get a chain around it or something to these engine covers. See if I can see. I have one of those engine support stands. It's not really accessible right now, so that's why I don't have it out to show you. Looking down there, I mean, you got the rear engine mount bracket directly after the engine in the center. You got that rear engine mount bracket. So even if you're going to undo the engine mount from the frame at the bottom, you still have a means to tie into it. I don't really see a bracket off the top. I do see my I do see some leakage back here from spark plug tube seals that I need to address though. But as far as a bracket, I don't really see one, and this is the thing. I've never really looked back here for one before, so I could very well be overlooking it. Yeah, I don't see one jumping out at me. If I find one, I'll update this video about it. But I just remember when I was like searching for a means to support my engine from up top, I clearly missed this one. I clearly did not consider the bracket on the forward engine mount, and I clearly missed this one down here, and then I clearly missed the one in the back right there. And like I said, there's the rear engine mount that you could use, but that's if you're supporting the engine from up top. If you need to work on, say, the oil pan or something, any of those items on the bottom that requires you to have the engine supported, you can't really support it from the bottom using the oil pan if you're going to be removing the oil pan. So just a couple quick considerations and pointers. But yeah, if you know of a different place, or if those aren't legitimate places to support an engine, which I'm pretty sure they are, they're just eyelets, let me know. Anyway, like on, don't hit. See?